Hello, my people. We are going to cook now palm nuts and fresh chicken and fresh fish. Yes, this is going to be a meal. You want to watch the ingredients carefully. You will never regret this recipe. You will never regret this recipe. If you follow the recipe the way I'm going to show you how to cook this. This is live cooking. Live cooking. I just want to share the program a bit to some people who are interested to watch. Yes, this is going to be palm nuts. Trust me, this is the way to cook fresh fish and chicken with palm nuts. Yes, the most delicious way, the fantastic way. I'm going to take you through the ingredients for you to see. I'm just sharing the program. Okay, so let me, first of all, this is what we are going to cook today. Yeah, I'm going to bring the machine. I'm going to cook this. I'm going to bring the machine nicely like this. Right, I'm going to bring the pot closer. I'm going to bring the pot closer so you can see inside the pot. Let me tip this. Yes, you're gonna see what I'm doing here. Because my face is more important, the cooking is more important. Yeah, we got it. Yeah, this is it. Now let me see if I can turn this round like this. Yeah, right. Now put this on and then this. I'm gonna add like 3 cups of water in this pot. Let me wash my hands. I'm going to add the chicken. This is the chicken. I remove the skin. I've already made a tutorial how to clean your chicken. You add the chicken. This is the soft chicken. This is not the hard-boiled chicken. This is the soft chicken. I'm going to add the fish. Different kind of fish. Add the fish inside the chicken. Okay? I'm going to add 3 tomatoes because all those tomatoes are going to be. I'm going to add few bay leaves. I'm going to add this amount of garlic, 5 garlics. I'm going to add the onions. I'm going to add thyme. I'm going to add rosemary, fresh. I'm going to add lemongrass. Let me bash this lemongrass a bit to release the goodness. You can get this in any Asian shop. Lemongrass, because it's fresh chicken and fresh fish. And I'm going to add my ginger. I'm going to add my peppers. Some of you might think that this is too much, but to me it's not too much. This is the number 5 pepper, Scotch bonnet pepper, but this is the number 5. The hottest one is number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, but this is the number 5. You can see it like that. You might think that, oh, this is very hot. This is not the hottest one, but this is the hot one. This is the Asian chili. Hot. This is very hot. Okay, because this is the star of the show. This is the star of the show. Let me take this away from there. Take this away. Cover the pot. I'm going to come here and show you us. Right. I have already put a little bit of, I have already seasoned that chicken and the fish with a teaspoon of salt, because this is fresh ingredients. I don't want to overpower this with other ingredients yet, because I'm going to use another ingredient to cook this. But I just want all this to cook first. Let me find the cover. We cover it like this. Cover this like this, so it can be boiling. Let me get myself some hot water, because you need boiling water from the kettle. This is how this look like inside. African people know the color of that. So I'm not, because we need fresh ingredients. Because I'm cooking this with fresh ingredients, so that is why I have to take my time. Because the fish is fresh, everything is fresh. You don't want to overpower this one, because there's a lot of fresh ingredients in there already. I'm going to add this inside this bowl to put water. Yes, I'm going to put some hot water inside the cup and shake around, get all the excess palm nuts paste. I'm going to add the hot water. That's how it looks. You cannot see it because of this. Let me push this a bit. Let this is boiling down. How this is going to look. Yes. Because I'm going to let those things to boil. Let me add a little bit of, no, I'm not going to add more water. This is how this look. Because it got like a little bit of sand in the bottom. Well, not sand, the palm oil thing. Even when I'm stirring it like this, just make sure you stir it properly with hot water. Please use hot water. If you put cold water, you know what cold water do with oil or palm oil, whatever. You loosen everything like this. You loosen everything like this. When I want to use it, I'm going to make sure that I bring a sieve to sieve it down, so all the bits cannot go inside the cooking. Let me bring back the star of the show here. That's boiling now. Let me just get the blender ready. Get the blender ready. blender. I'm going to blend all those ingredients which is steaming there now with the fish and the other stuff. Yeah, I think I need a little bit of more, like half a cup of water again. So those raw stuff is going to be cooked properly. Let me get myself, let me push this screen a bit so I can have access to this. Yes, yeah. I'm going to get my shrimp seasoning. Yes. This is my shrimp seasoning. I'm going to use only a tablespoon of my shrimp seasoning, but not yet. And I'm going to use only, because don't forget that there's a lot of fresh ingredients in that pot. A lot of fresh ingredients. You don't overpower, because why I always insist of people don't overpower seasoning, because you're not going to taste the ingredients you are using. The only thing you're going to taste, you're only going to taste the ingredients you are using. And we don't want that kind of cooking. You want to taste the chicken, the fish. I'm going to put one Maggi like this. This is the chicken Maggi. You can get this any grocery shop or Asian shops. And then one star Maggi, because I'm going to put the shrimp homemade seasoning in here. Okay, so as this is boiling like this, it's doing its own thing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove the fish. I'm going to remove the fish and the chicken. I'm going to remove the fish and the chicken. If you follow this recipe, you will never eat boring palmnut soup ever again. Like this. I'm going to remove the fish. Oops. I'm going to cook this back again in the palmnut sauce. Remove the chicken, the fish and the chicken. Okay, remove. So you can give those ingredients a chance to cook. Remove the fish. Remove the fish completely, because all this is going to cook. If it was hard-boiled chicken, you're supposed to cook it maybe for an hour. You see this, even this short time, this is cooked. Because of this mobile cooker is very powerful. You see the chicken, how it looks right now. It's not cooked done yet. It's not cooked yet, but it's the soft chicken. Make sure you remove the skin, because when you are cooking palmnuts, make sure you remove the skin, because we don't want that oil from the skin of this chicken at all. We don't want that too much oil. Make sure you remove the skin of the chicken. Remove and remove and remove. Make sure you remove the chicken and the fish. They're gonna go back in after these ingredients boiled down. When those ingredients boil, I have to blend them and sieve them, because we don't want any particles in the cooking. So that is why, because if the chicken is overcooked now, when it's going to go in the palm or palm nuts, it's going to make the chicken too soft to your comfort. Yeah, so we leave that in there to cook, because all this is going to be blended, all this there. So this is how the chicken and the fish has been steamed for just few minutes. You leave that now to cook. The onions, all those other ingredients I show you. You don't add any seasoning cube. All those ones, just make sure that, because of I put the salt in the chicken and the fish overnight. Because how people get it wrong when they are cooking. If you are cooking with fresh ingredients like this, like the chicken is fresh, the fish is fresh, you season, after you wash the fish, you wash the chicken, you season it with different seasoning, and then you know that you're going to put this amount of ingredients, you're going to overpower the cooking. You're not going to taste the fish, you're not going to taste the chicken. And then the star of the show is the fish and the chicken. So that is why make sure that just salt the fish and the chicken. Don't over salt it either. Because don't forget the powder. This prawns powder got salt in it. The prawns powder got salt in it. If you don't have prawns powder, just make sure maybe you add another cube of Maggi. Yes, just make sure you add that, so you can able to get proper flavor, just to boost the flavor. Because I don't like people who just cooked with Maggi. No, I don't like that. I like people who cook with some people don't even put Maggi, but I have to put to just boost the flavors of this cooking. Because all this alone is a stock. The onion, the tomatoes, the peppers, the bay leaf, the thyme, the rosemary, and the lemongrass, the garlic, the ginger, they have their own. It's a perfect stock. This, like the way I make it, if there was no chicken here, there is no fish here, this is how you make vegetarian seasoning. That's how we make vegetarian seasoning. But for me, I'd like to add a little bit of I don't know if it's an English word, but I like to add that. Let me leave this back to cook a bit, so we can able to enjoy. Tomorrow, because I have somebody who came to who writes a message the last time, who came say the last time that they want to know how to make a mixed salad. Tomorrow I'm making grilled fish and mixed salad. Please do not forget to press the notification bell, so when I come up tomorrow, you can come and see how I season. Because the seasoning I'm going to use tomorrow is green seasoning for the fish. I'm going to use tomorrow red snapper. I'm going to show you the green seasoning. The green seasoning for that snapper tomorrow. I'm going to grill it, and I make couscous. So make sure you press the notification bell so you can see, you can enjoy grilled fish. Because some of the ingredients, you just have to know the ingredients, what goes with what. Because I remember a long time ago when I used to cook, I have the one who teach me some of this, how to play with these ingredients. She told me categorically, if you are going to use fish and chicken, you have to know the ingredients you are using. You can't use the seasoning you use for beef, you use it for chicken or fish. So I'm just coming here to show you how to do this. Trust me, if you follow the way I'm going to show you how to do it, it might take long, because right now it's COVID. My cameraman don't live around here. So that is why. And then I like to come live like this so I can show you, because sometimes these edited videos, they go very fast. They go very, very fast. If you get a patient to go and watch some programs, you can get a patient to watch this and you can enjoy this with your family. This is going to be eat with fufu. Some people prefer to eat it with rice, but I prefer this method. If I was going to cook this palm nut, I'm going to show you another method. If I'm going to eat this palm nut paste with rice, I'm going to show you the other ingredients. Because when I'm eating it with fufu, I'm not going to add that specific ingredients. If I was going to eat this with rice, I'm going to add 2 key ingredients because I'm going to eat it with rice. But because I'm going to eat this with fufu, that is why I'm not going to add those ingredients in this. These I just want natural flavors. You even see I don't put any Asian spice. I don't put any Asian spice in this. This is the authentic way how to cook it, the authentic way, African way how to cook it. See? Very nice. Tomatoes is done. Onion is done. All this. Okay? This is the easiest thing to cook. Trust me, if you just got the patient, let's give it another 5 minutes. Let's give it another 5 minutes so we can blend it together, so you see how I'm going to arrange it in this pot for you to see. Cover it again, because this is the most delicious because of I need few ingredients in there because I'm going to do the cooking. I've already made my fufu, but I need few ingredients in there. Cooking is good. Like now we have a lot of time in our hand, this COVID. We are not working. Just take the patient to watch. Just take the patient to watch. Because the reason being why I don't go on Facebook, because if I was cooking this on Facebook, you can see a lot of people will come on to watch it. Yes, but I'm not cooking on Facebook. I'm on my YouTube page. I'm on my YouTube page. Yes. I'm on my YouTube page. So that is why I cook it this way. Okay? Right. Let me set this. Right. Take this, bring the machine closer to you so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to take these ingredients now and add them inside this machine to blend everything together. Just blend everything together. You don't need to take out anything. Just blend everything together. All the things I've used there, and blend everything together. That alone is a stock by itself. Yes, that water is a stock by itself. Okay? Let me reduce the heat. Okay? Now, air plugs. Right. Now this is done. So I'm going to put this in a sieve like this. Don't mind my sieve. That sieve has been here now for many years. I have to buy a new one, but if it's not broken, why change it? Put this inside there, those ingredients inside there. Take the spoon. Do it like this. And add. I'm just going to bring this now to 9 and add this inside. Palmnut. Because I don't want to use any liquid yet in case of I don't need it. Sieve this together like this. Okay, like this. Sieve it nicely. Sieve it nicely in the pot. Sieve it nicely in the pot like this. Turn it over like this so I can get some power, put some power into it. Sieve it nicely. Don't add any water yet in case of you don't need a lot of water. Just sieve it. Take it round. Sieve it. All the ingredients I boiled with the fish. Sieve it nicely like this. Like this. Because we don't want any particles inside. It's a clean soup. Clean palmnut soup. Clean. Nice. So now, I know now that I need a little bit of water. Hot water. Please do not put cold water. Because you put cold water, you're going to change the taste. I always advise my people, don't put cold water. You're going to change the taste. You're going to change the taste of the sauce. Always add boiling water when you want to add in your cooking. See, all that we don't want. We don't want all that inside the soup, you see. You see, we don't want this all inside the soup. Because it's just going to give you a lot of particle when you are eating your fufu. And we don't need this. But I'm going to show you another way. Also, we need this all inside. You see? All this we don't need. Just squeeze all this out. Put this within. Right. Bring the palmnut and sieve it again. Let me show you what is in. You see, this is what we don't want inside the palmnut. You see, it's not sand. It's just the things from the nuts. Put this here, and then let's tidy the place quick. Because we don't need any dirt around the cooking. When you are cooking, no nuts is allowed. Okay? And we do it this way. Right. Now we have the star of the show in the pot. Now that we have the star of the show, I'm going to taste. In case of the salt I put in the fish is not enough. Yes. Oh yes. So now we're going to bring back the chicken. The nuts. We're going to bring back the chicken. We're going to bring back the fish in the pots. I'm going to bring this back in to soak in all that deliciousness like this. So now I'm going to add now my seasoning cube. I'm going to wash the okra properly. Don't cut the head. Just make sure you wash it properly. Don't cut the head, because if you cut, we don't want it to mash in this sauce. If you cut the head, it's going to mash. Put okra because you need a little bit of sliminess for the sauce to go down well in your throat. For the fufu to go down well in your throat. Yes. Now, I'm going to put my 2 Maggi. Because the salt, the teaspoon of salt I put to season the fish and the chicken is enough. Seasoning Maggi. If you don't have this homemade Maggi, you can add 1 more to this. Because that alone I use to cook, it's a stock by itself. Because I don't like people who cook with a lot of, you put a lot of Maggi in your cooking. When you put it, how are you going to taste your fish? So this is my seasoning, homemade seasoning. This got a lot of, it's got salt in it. Just imagine if I could have put another salt here, it's going to overpower. This is prawns. It's prawns seasoning, is prawns, and then a tablespoon of salt, black pepper, white pepper, and then a little bit of thyme. So that is why any ingredient you are using, you have to think about the ingredients you use to make your seasoning. Just imagine if I put more Maggi here, it's going to taste bad because of this alone is Maggi by itself. It's homemade Maggi. We're not Maggi seasoning. So I'm going to sprinkle this on top. Yes, some culture call this crayfish, but I call it shrimp because it's the actual name for it is shrimp. So make sure that when you are stirring, don't stir with force. Go around the pots slowly, slowly. As soon as when this is done, it's going to indicate that it's done because it's going to release some palm oil on top. It's going to release a lot of palm oil on top. Yes, and then all this now is going to go in now. Let me have another taste. Wow, wow, wow. We don't need any more salt. We don't need any more Maggi. We don't need anything more. Because cooking, let me speak to you a bit. Cooking, you have to think about the ingredients you are using. If I was going to use fresh fish, dry fish in this, I could have used like dry ingredients to season some of the ingredients overnight. But because of I washed my chicken and my fish with vinegar and lime last night, so I just used salt, a teaspoon of salt to season, wrap it nice, put in the fridge. Because I know that today I'm going to use a lot of ingredients like the tomatoes, the rosemary, the thyme, the lemongrass, the pepper, the onions, all that is a stock by itself. But if I could have seasoned that chicken and fish with all those dry ingredients we have in our cupboards, all those dry ingredients we have in our cupboards like dry ginger, dry garlic, dry thyme, you season the fish or the chicken, and then you know that you're coming to use this other ingredient, it's going to overpower the cooking. So you're not going to taste this sauce. The only thing you're going to taste only the ingredients you put. You're not going to taste the chicken. The chicken is going to be overpowered with different seasoning. Because this is the traditional way. That is why I don't put any Asian spice into it. Any Asian spice. Like the curry, the turmeric, the blah blah blah, the different spices of Asian spice, no. Because this is typical African dish. When we learn how to cook this, we were not using all those Asian spice when we start cooking this kind of dish. Okay? You don't overpower. Don't put a lot of Maggi, because I see some of my African people now, they take to, like when they are cooking a meal like this, they will season the fish with, let me show you. Let me push this a bit so I can get into this cover. I need a little bit of access to this cover. They could have put something like this. This is all the Asian spice. And if you want to cook this kind of sauce, the way I'm cooking it, please do not season your fish, your chicken, your whatever with this. Because it's going to taste different. It's going to taste different. But if I was going to cook this the other way around, I could have put a little bit of teaspoon of these spices. But this, I'm cooking it today the traditional way. When we start cooking this kind of dish, our people don't have all these ingredients. Our local people, because of palm oil, is our staple oil in Sierra Leone, where I come from, West Africa. Yes. Just imagine I put all these spices to season that chicken or that fish. And then when I finish, I come and add again rosemary, thyme, ginger, lemongrass, Maggi, a shrimp Maggi, and all the ingredients I put here. It could have it can overpower the cooking. When we start this traditional cooking, we don't put this. So this is the traditional way we cook it in my country. Okay? And then trust me, try this method. You will never regret it. You will never regret it. No, you will never. Maybe you are going to prefer this than the one they put like this Asian seasoning. You always have to know when you are cooking. You have to know, because this is not a curry sauce. And then this seasoning got curry, it got everything. It got star anise, it got curry powder, it got cinnamon, it got all those things inside. And we don't need it here at all. But I have another method of cooking this when I put this. Yes, if like I'm going to cook this, I'm going to put the chicken and the fish. I'm going to smoke it. If it's a smoked chicken, I can add this, because the fish or the chicken is already been smoked. So you need like intense flavor to penetrate to the smoked fish and smoked chicken. But because of this is fresh, we don't need that. We don't need that, because of when it's fresh, it's already penetrated. If this chicken was smoked chicken, because I have another method of cooking this kind of way, with smoked fish and smoked chicken, I can add this to it. Because of when the fish is being smoked, the chicken has been smoked, so you need very strong ingredients to enhance the taste of the smokiness of the fish or the chicken. But this is fresh. We want everything here to go fresh. Yes, this okra is optional. If you don't like okra, please don't put it. But for me, because of I'm going to eat this with fufu, I need the okra. Sometimes in this also, you can put garden eggs. If you have garden eggs, you can put garden eggs in this. But where I live, we don't have any African shop, and I've run out of my African ingredients. I have to go all the way to the southeast of England, of London, to go and get my local ingredients, because I like this, because I could have just put the garden eggs on top with the okra like this. When I'm eating, I just mash everything together. It goes well. But is optional. Oh yes. And this sauce can be very messy when you're cooking it because it jumps all around. So you just have to have the patience to be cleaning it around. And then what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put this spoon across and cover it halfway. Make sure you don't cover it full. Oh, the spoon is gone. Don't cover this full. If you cover this full, the cover is going to generate some liquid, and that liquid is going to go in the pot. And when that liquid go in that pot, it's not nice. You don't want too much liquid anymore. You don't want that liquid is cooking in now. It's enough. So this is it. If you want to stay around, just stay around. Let me show you how I'm going to dish this. I'm going to dish this in a local plate. A local plate. A local bowl. Because it's not a plate. It's a local bowl. A local bowl. Let me just do a local bowl. Here. Let me look for my local bowl and I show you exactly what to do. Please do not forget tomorrow. Press the notification bell tomorrow. You see my seasoning I put on my mixed salad. Because somebody has already been demanding for that video. That's a long awaited video. A long awaited video. A long awaited video. Yes. We don't need no water in this pot. No. No water. You see? No water. Now the chicken and the fish is cooking properly now. Yes. As soon as you see, because some people will ask me, how many minutes do you have to cook this for? The problem is with African cooking, like the way they teach me how to cook in Africa, just like we don't measure things, but you have to know. I'll just show you the method. You have to know if you are going to cook more fish, more chicken. Maybe if you need a one cup and a half of the palmnut, or if you're going to cook like a whole chicken, because that chicken is not a whole chicken, it's half chicken and 4 chunks of fish. That is why I use one. If I was going to use like a whole chicken and a lot of fish, maybe I use 1.5 or 2. Okay. So we're gonna leave. As soon as when you are cooking this, as soon as you see the oil start floating on top, you know that it's cooked. And then the chicken is like, it's not the hard-boiled chicken. If it was the hard-boiled chicken, you could have cooked the chicken first and front for about an hour. Because hard layers, they are very, very tough. But these, they are not tough at all. These, they are not tough. They're easy to cook. So you have to know. And I always advise my people, it's better for your chicken to overcook than undercook. You want your, let me show you, I promised to show you the bowl. And I forgot all about it. This is the African bowl. This is the African bowl. This is the African bowl. This is very, very good when you cook like this kind of food. You share it in that bowl. It's very, very good. It's very, very traditional. Because the sauce I cook today is traditional sauce. Let me just wash it. Let this get ready to be shared. I was watching a cooking tutorial yesterday on YouTube. This lady puts a whole tablespoon of Chinese salt, they call Jinamoto, and then she puts 6 cubes of Maggi. If you put, and then she put only 2 Scotch bonnet pepper. If you taste that food, you're gonna feel like, sorry for my English, you're gonna feel like throwing up, because that is why you see the Chinese people, because they cook with that Chinese salt. A pot like this, they will put maybe 100 peppers. They eat very spicy food, so you cannot taste that. But if you just put all that kind of Maggi, you put that Chinese salt, you're not gonna taste the food. You're just gonna taste the Chinese salt and taste the Maggi. And everybody have their own method of cooking, but I don't even use Chinese salt to season, because some of my people, they have that kind of excuse. Oh, I just use that Chinese Maggi to season my meats. No, you don't need to. You can still use natural. You see, this is getting there because the oil is start floating. You see, as soon as you see the oil start to float, you know that it's done. It's getting done, but we're gonna leave this to boil a bit. So we want the chicken to cook well. The okra, because of the fish, is already been cooked in the first place. Let me wash the cover. I don't like this. Yes. I don't like too much mess. I know this is a messy food, just like when you are cooking cassava leaf. Yes. Just clear around. Because some people eat with their eyes. If where you are cooking is very messy, it throws them off your cooking. It throws them off the cooking. It throws them off the cooking. You know? It throws them off the cooking. If the place is very messy. Because you don't want to eat food, you see where they cook the food is very, very dirty. And this mobile cooker is a lifesaver. Trust me, my people. If I was cooking this in the gas, maybe it's going to take longer than this. But because I'm cooking it here, it's a lifesaving. Let me look for my phone. Please, my people, follow me on Snapchat. I just joined Snapchat recently. And follow me on Instagram, Jamila K1. On Instagram, that's why I put pretty pictures. On Instagram, Jamila K1. On Snapchat, it's the same name, Jamila Kamara Food. Sorry, or on TikTok, sorry. I say Snapchat. On TikTok. See? Let me just take a picture. Take a picture of this. See? This is done. This is done, my people. It's done. You don't want it thicker. Let me reduce the heat. Because I want to do some filming. Hello guys, today I have just cooked palmnut sauce, fresh fish and fresh chicken. As you can see, Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jamila Kamara Food, TikTok, Jamila Kamara Food, Instagram, Jamila K1. Yeah. I share my food everywhere. Okay. So just follow. You're gonna see very easy cooking. You see, this is done. It's well cooked now. It's done. Because we don't want to overcook this. When you overcook it, so I'm going to get now my fufu. That chicken is done. I'm gonna get my fufu. I'll put it in my bowl, my African bowl, and I'll serve it. So I'll show you the taste test. As you can see, you see, it's done. It's done. Let me get myself a spoon. Pull this like this. No, I think I can able to share it from there. And then get yourself a fish. You see how the fish come out whole? Because I removed the fish. You put the fish aside. You get yourself a juicy chicken. You put this aside. Like this. You get a wing. You put this aside. And then you scoop some sauce. I'm going to show you. You scoop some sauce. Put it on top. Like this. The fufu is in the middle. People have to see the fufu. And then get yourself an okra. Put it aside like this. This is how it looks. You got yourself a nice African bowl here. Get yourself a nice African bowl. Okay? So now, let me see if you can able to see me when I'm eating. Are you able to see me when I'm eating? Sit here. You are done. I have to put you off. Clean up here. And see. Let me see if you can see me. No, you can't see my face. Now I have to bring something up so you can see my face. You have to see the face of the chef. You have to see the face of the chef. Okay. Maybe I put this down a bit. Right. This is yeah, has to go down a bit also. Right. Yes, this is the chef. This is the chef of this palatable food. So now it's eating time. Lord bless his food. Amen. My hands are washed. This is hot. Wait. I forgot something. I did not take a picture of the fufu in the bowl. I forgot something. I'm going to give you the verdict of this food. Right. Take a picture. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, yes. Ooh, yes. Ooh, yes. I needed to sit properly for this. Ooh, yes. Yes. Oh, yes. Come here. Ooh, yes. Oh. Wow. Wow. Mash the okra. Get. Oh. Now you all know how I cook my palmnut soup. So I'm going to love you and leave you for me to enjoy this delicacy. Yes, I'm going to love you and leave you now. I've tasted in front of you. I've cooked it in front of you. I have tasted. Wow. Chicken is so hot. The fish is hot. So I'm going to deal with the fufu first. It's what you call typical African dish. And it's so good with this bowl. God bless you for those who watch the live. And God bless you who follow the life. And I thank you for those who don't believe in God, for following the life and watch the life. Until next time, let me take another bite. Look at this chicken, how we cook. Just cook to perfection. Oh, it's so hot. No, it's so hot. I have to leave that first. It's how you eat palmnut soup. You don't want it to be over thick, because don't forget when it stands, it's going to be thicker. So if you cook it over thick, you don't want it to be washed with either. Oh. so good. Mmm.